We have depression glass, a rainbow of colored glass. So what is depression glass? According to the National Depression Glass Association, depression glass refers to American manufactured glass that was first produced in the mid-1920s through the end of the 1940s as glassware manufacturers developed the ability to produce inexpensive luncheon and dinner glass. Most often, depression glass was transparent with colored tints that gave the pieces a bright quality. However, occasionally manufacturers would create opaque collections like milk white vases, teacups, and pitchers that are popular today. The most common colors that were produced were amber, canary yellow, pink, and green. Less common colors include red, amethyst, jadeite, cobalt, and opaque black. So a brief history of depression glass. So depression glass was a low to average quality and was often given to consumers for free as premiums to entice customers to continue shopping during the Great Depression. Customers could get cups and saucers with carnival games at gasoline fill-ups, movie theaters, and as special gifts with purchase of certain brands of kitchen appliances. This was a tremendous success, and customers began seeking out depression glass sets to purchase for their homes. Sets were often sold for $1.72 per set of a dozen. In today's money, that's about $25 to $35 for a set. So there are lots of different patterns and motifs for depression glass. Aside from the beautiful rainbow of colors, they also come in these wide variety of various designs, and they have the most desirable qualities is their myriad of delicate patterns and motifs that they created. Some of the most popular styles include the Hazel Atlas Glass Company's Royal Lace, which is the blue pitcher at the top. Then you also have Hawking Glass Company's Cameo, which is the middle piece. And then the same company produced one called Mayfair. And that's our pretty little pink jar. I would say those are probably the most common ones that you guys will come across. There's also American Sweetheart pattern by Macbeth. It's very popular. Aurora by Hazel Atlas, Cherry Blossom, Doric pattern, Holiday pattern. Those are all by Jeanette. The Horseshoe pattern and Iris and Herringbone. Old Colony. I have examples of these on the side here. I also have a link in my sources so that you guys can find this page and look and identify each of these patterns. Make it super easy for you guys. And then we have a special category of depression glass that is UV reactant depression glass. Glass that illuminates or has a fluorescence when lit with a black light has been treated with various elements. These elements produce a glow when their atoms absorb the UV energy of a black light. The color of the glass reflects will indicate what type of element and therefore type of glass is present. The term Vaseline refers specifically to pieces of glass that fluoresce a bright green or greenish yellow color depending on the color of the glass itself to the naked eye. Vaseline green and yellow glass is most commonly treated with uranium, but will also contain compounds of copper and chromium. Other types of fluorescent glass include potash or potassium glass, which will appear green in the sun, but will fluoresce a bluish green under UV. Then we have blue manganese glass, which appears blue in the sun, will fluoresce a bluish green. Teal blue uranium glass, which appears mostly blue with a slight green tint in the sun and will fluoresce green. Opaque blue, which will appear blue and then glow green under UV. Then you have orange cadmium sulfate, which appears orange in the sun but will fluoresce a bright orange under UV. Burmese glass, which is one of my favorites. It's a nice sort of creamy, milky color with a little tint of pink. That will also fluoresce a bright green. And then you have custard or uranium glass, which is a milky cream and that fluoresces bright green. The ones that fluoresce bright green again, are your traditional uranium glasses. Then we have these other examples here of the alabaster glass, violet glass, and red manganese glass. And these are the various ways in which they react to the UV light. I actually have some examples here to show you guys. I don't have all of them because my collection and Kelly's collection isn't that complete yet. But I just wanted to bring some examples to show you guys what they will look like to the naked eye and then once they fluoresce. So a lot of people will assume that a piece like this would glow, and you would be correct in this particular case, but sometimes you will find pieces that look to be this color green but will not fluoresce. So, and I would highly recommend that everybody gets one of these little flashlights for your team. They're super inexpensive. Yeah, so your wattage will cause it to glow. Different glasses will glow under different wattage, but the most common one is the one that they got, what you said was 365? Yeah. So it's going to be a little difficult to see in the bright light, but if you get up close, you can see that this is fluorescing that neon green. Under the table? Maybe. Yeah. And then we've got this piece here, which I would not have originally thought would be a Vaseline piece just because it's got such a jungly green teal color to it, but this one is super bright. It's got a lot of uranium in that one. And of course, this just increases your collectability of a piece. The bottom, yeah. So this one, again, it's hard to see in this bright light, but this one does fluoresce the orange in the black light. So we know that this is the manganese glass. So those are some really cool examples. And then, like I said, I've got my resources here that you guys will have access to, so you can identify the various types and patterns, and then hopefully get to a maker, which will just increase the value of your piece. The more of this you can show your buyer, the more desirable they will be.